down that tube.
Where are the xmaxxes?
Hi everybody, it's Joel from Max and Luca RC here. I hope you're all good. I just wanted to do a quick kind of video about the Traxxas XMAXX, or the lack maybe of Traxxas XMAXXes around, and kind of just a bit of a discussion really. You can leave any comments if you want on the video about kind of the whole way that Traxxas is handling this XMAXX and the release of the XMAXX, and just handling customers, I guess, as well at the same time. Obviously, this is quite a big new release. It's not a fifth scale, but it's big. It's something a bit different. This is the XMAXX site on Traxxas's website, of course. So this is their footage and their kind of stuff. So bear that in mind. I'm just sort of browsing through here. You know, it's a brushless truck. It's you know, the evolution of tough. It's meant to be strong and everything else. And I've pre-ordered one. So I basically pre-ordered one in November 2015, and originally was hoping that I'd be getting it just before Christmas. I think the expected date, from what I remember, was the 23rd of December 2015. So, you know, a lot of people pre-ordered them hoping to get them as a Christmas present, I guess. So that is exactly what I did. It didn't come, of course, which was a bit of a disappointment, and to a few people, of course, that encouraged them to pull out of their pre-orders. I mean, pre-ordering it here where I pre-ordered mine, I pre-ordered mine at £650 UK, and now they're selling for sort of £675. No, sorry, 750, 760 even, sorry. So quite a bit more. So either way, that delay, of course, you know, if you're not going to get it for Christmas, when you want it for Christmas, then some people are going to be a bit unhappy about that and pull out. So some people did pull out of buying it, which is a shame, of course, for Traxxas themselves. The delay, the date, sorry, that Model Sport gave me turned into the 11th of January 2016. So, of course, that was probably, I think, what, 2-3 weeks later than what I had hoped for. And this is Model Sport website here. So currently 759. There you go. So I ordered mine at 650. Currently 760. RRP is 850. So, you know, it's quite a good saving. I'm quite pleased to have pre-ordered it at that price, of course. But now the 11th of January has passed, and it looks like we're moving on to another couple of weeks. I got told about the 12th or 13th of January. That has now near enough passed, and now I think that it might be another couple of weeks. Now, there's a lot of hearsay on forums and stuff about what's going on, and it's a bit of a shame that Traxxas themselves don't seem to be telling customers or telling the hobby shops where we're going to buy them from, where these cars are, and why we're waiting for them for so long. Obviously, waiting. I mean, there's nothing wrong with waiting, but it's good to know, I suppose, what the deal is now. As a result of this, and obviously some people having issues with their trucks, there is a bit of like a kind of guessing game over what is going on. Now there has been, this is someone's video on YouTube, Joseph C. So I'm just going to show it very briefly what happens, but basically his XMAXX does catch fire, and that of course has brought into question whether the ESC is adequate for the job, and whether this is going to happen, you know, to people in general. So one of the potential ideas is that this is the reason that there's this delay, that Traxxas are sorting out the ESC and making sure that fires and stuff don't happen, which obviously wouldn't be good. I mean, ESCs do catch fire occasionally. You know, we've seen it a lot with the armour stuff and so on. So it does happen. But obviously none of us want that to happen to our trucks. So, you know, that could be a potential issue. But nobody knows if the ESCs are being changed or if there's some sort of little update they're going to do or what, you know. We don't know. So there is that issue. The other issue is related to heat, basically. The motors, a lot of people are reporting their motors being very hot, so around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. But it's definitely kind of, people I believe 160 plus or nearer 180 Fahrenheit is considered pretty too hot, really, basically. So if they're coming out and they're being run and they are already running at that kind of temperature, that kind of hot motor temperature, and the odd ESC is catching fire, then that's a bit concerning. I mean, I'd be a bit disappointed. Ideally, you'd hope that a car would come and you'd have room to gear up, so make it maybe a little bit faster if you wanted to, and so on. So there's lots of gearing options on this car. You know, there's a couple of spur gears that you can get, and all of those options, or pretty most of those options, are to make it go faster. But if it's already too hot in sort of stock 30 mile an hour speed, then you're not going to be able to gear it up because it's just going to be too hot. So some people are putting fans on and so on. But so that's considered maybe the delay, is that there are the heat on the motor and possibly the ESC fires are causing Traxxas to be concerned, so they are doing something about it, which is good. But it would be nice if they told us what they actually were doing. But on the positive side, this is another guy. He did a video of his Traxxas XMAXX, quite high geared, and he put a different ESC in it and 8S, and he crashed badly. And it seemed to hold up pretty good. So this is another video from a guy called Adluz, or Adluz is his name, and or his channel name. And yeah, basically, let's have a look. I mean, that sounds pretty bad, and it actually looked very unstable at that speed, but better than I expected, really, at kind of 60 plus miles an hour. So yeah, to be fair, it seemed to do alright as far as it goes. You know, the front end's still on it, at least. The rear end is as well, but a couple of broken hubs and stuff like that, and a broken arm. But at that speed, you know, that doesn't seem bad to me. So there's positives. There's also been some really good videos that I've seen, which do show it looking very good. I'm very excited to get hold of mine, and basically it'd just be nice to know when they are coming and what has been done, if anything. There are a couple. Yeah, the shock shafts and the diffs, so, and the wheels actually. So someone snapped some wheels. Now I think it's been basically near enough said by Traxxas, from what I can gather, that a few earlier cars had some pre-production or not quite, let's say an early version of the wheel that seemed slightly different to a newer version that they've come out with. So that should solve the cracked wheel issue. So that kind of hopefully deals with that. The shock shafts were another issue, that a few people were snapping shock shafts just at the bottom near the thread, basically. So the bottom thread of the shocks. It looked to be just here, so just down at the bottom there, where the thread, where this bottom eyelet threads on. So people were snapping them, but again, it was said that there was a new, I was going crazy, a new part that a new shaft which was better. The initial pictures I saw were those kind of gold effect shafts, you know, with that kind of coating. I can't remember what it's called, that coating, but they looked pretty good. So hopefully that has been sorted, or you know, the new trucks will come with that issue. The diffs. Okay, so someone has managed to break some teeth, or several people actually. It's not someone; it's quite a few people have managed to break some teeth off this this ring gear here. So again, you know, when I get mine, I will take the diffs out and I will have a look at them in comparison to my 1/8 scale diffs in my other cars. And I mean, I would expect them to be bigger than the 1/8 scale diffs, but until I see them in my hand, I'm not sure how big they are. Looking at when I've seen other people take the diff out and it's been in their hand, it's not looked that big. So I'm a little bit concerned about the size of the diffs and stuff, but it's a cheap part, this part. Of course, if you need to buy this bit here as well, the pinion, then, you know, it's going to cost, I guess, maybe £10–15 possibly for those two. So it's not nothing, but it's not terrible either. So basically, just a video to say kind of positives, but at the same time to ask Traxxas sort of where are the XMAXxes? Let us know what is going on with them. And I am getting an XMAXX. I'm still waiting. I've been waiting for, I don't know, it's going to be nearly 3 months, I guess, or approaching that, from when I pre-ordered it. So hopefully it'll come soon. And as soon as it does come, I'm gonna do lots of videos of it, obviously, as usual, and you know, just give some opinions, and hopefully it will all turn out well and it'll be a good truck. So either way, have a good one, and good luck with your XMAXxes if you're waiting for them. And obviously, if you've already got one, then keep the videos up and let us all us guys that are waiting see how they're going and what you're doing with them.
Where are the XMAXxes?